And we are live. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome.
Good evening, Jeff.
Good evening, Jeff.
Good evening.
Evening, buddy.
We have a new person with us tonight. Over right under me is Dave from Horizon Fish Keeping.
Hello, everyone.
Good to have you here, Dave.
Thanks very much for the invite, Jeff.
Oh, very welcome. We got a fun show tonight, I think. We're all kind of, I don't know about these guys, but I know that I'm pretty tired myself. We talked earlier, but I think we're all pretty much in the same boat.
Yeah.
Very busy and whatnot. But.
So we nice chilled out one tonight, I think.
Yeah. But we got we have our top 5 fish for a 180-gallon tank. I don't have a 180-gallon tank. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't mind having one that large, but maybe someday.
I wish.
Yeah.
Yep. My dream tank, though, I think I'd like to get a 240, like an 8x2x2. That would be.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be real nice. Either that, or else, if I want to really dream about it, I'd take a 10-footer by 2x2. That'll work.
Yeah.
Add a couple more feet to the length of it.
I get my tape measured out now and again and measure up 10x2x2. You know, like pretend you've got that size tank in the living room or something. But
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Being able to sneak it in the house, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I messaged over tape measure the pretend fish tank now. So
I'm not sure it would fit down here. I mean, it'll fit down in the basement once it got down here, but I'm just wondering how it would. I probably have to take out one of these windows and have them bring it in under the deck. That way. But that's after paying for it. And those, I don't know about you, what it is. I know your tanks in England are more expensive than they are here.
Yeah.
But I know that you get up to the 125 gallon on up, and the tank prices shoot right through the roof because they never go on sale and they're pricey. So 240 gallon tank, we're trying talking over $1,000 for it.
Wow.
Well over 1,000, probably closer to 2,000 more than likely, but it's a little steep. Well, why don't we go ahead and say hello to everybody in chat right quick and say hello to everyone. Let's see here. I'm going to start at the very top here. If I can get this. And there it goes again.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'll let you do it because my mouse on my iPad, for some reason or another, it's double clicking and it puts something up over the chat, so I can't even see it.
Right, so we've got Shady Grady.
Hello, Shady Grady.
We've got Andrew.
Hello, Andrew, mate. How are you?
We've got Melvin, who's definitely in the building.
Melvin is in the building, and your fish are on the way. They should be arriving tomorrow, Melvin.
We have Gord.
Hello, Gord. Red Laser, my good friend.
Yeah. We have Garage Aquatics 2023.
Oh, that's Ron. Hello, Ron. Welcome.
Ron, yeah.
My friend.
Small Time Tanks.
Small Time Tanks. Hey, Joe. How you doing?
We have Glenn from GB Shrimp, Frogs and Isopods.
Good evening, Glenn, sir. How are you?
all right, Glenn.
We have Jeff Kane.
Jeff
Mr. Jeff Kane, welcome, sir. Good to have you here.
Right. Let's take a look. I think we are, all caught up now.
All caught up on the show. Oh, great. Well, welcome, everybody. And like it says on there, we're having our top 5 fish for a 180-gallon aquarium tonight. So what I thought was interesting about the pics. Well, you'll see in later. I also say during the video, but the 5 fish that I chose are fish that I've actually kept in the past. So you'll see those when the time comes. But I just thought it was interesting because I know that last week, well, in the previous weeks, we had the fish where I chose 5 fish that I've never kept before. I think that was for the 55-gallon aquarium. I never kept any of those fish before. They were like on my wish list, basically. And then the 125, I think I had one of the fish out of the 5, the little shell dweller, the multifasciatus. But all the other fish I've never kept. And with those fish, I chose fish that can go in the same tank together. Now, this week, my fish, they won't be able to stay in the same. Well, they can, I guess, depending on how you set it up. But they're fish that I have kept, every one of them. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to get that out of the way. That way, people look at this list and they say, "Well, Jeff, I didn't realize you wanted to keep those type of fish. Those are the kind of fish I kept in my past." So, but we'll see those.
Got some new people in chat.
Oh, do we?
We have Bewizzle is in chat.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing, sir? Good
We
to see you.
have Tabarak Aquatics.
Raz, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. You're going to like tonight's top 5 because you're going to see some fish that I think that you've kept before.
And we have Chris.
Chris, how you doing, sir?
So yeah, we're all caught up now.
Excellent. Wow. It's been a week already. It doesn't seem like it's been a full week since the last stream, you know what?
No, it's crazy.
This week just flew by. It flew by like I couldn't believe. I was like, when you get busy, I mean, time just flies on by. Let's see here. Oh, it looks here. I'm going to put this up real quick. Brad says he's got a group of 5. Yeah, I seen the video on that about the one that was ill. And I'm not sure if I left my message on there or not. I have a hard time messaging when it's on a sad note like that for some reason. I just thought it better just to give you the thumbs up and then how are they doing now, Raz? I hope they're doing better than they were doing. Yeah, in fact, if somebody could please put his channel up in the link, that would be fantastic. He doesn't make it by here too often, but when he does, I always like to make it a special event because he's got a fantastic channel. He keeps some really great, huge tanks. And you chose the best one to come to tonight, Raz, because this is going to be one that's going to be more type your type of aquarium.
Right, I'll sort that link out.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Thank you.
There you go. All done.
I met Tabarak. I seen him because I've been friends with Paul from Big Fish Land, Fish Northwest, and that's where I met him from. And then I went over to his channel and checked it out, and it's really, really cool.
Cool.
So, yeah. So, what's going on in you guys' fish rooms? You want to start with you, Arnold, and let us
start with our new guest.
Okay. Let's start with Dave. Okay, Dave.
Really, I've just been trying to breed all sorts. Really, I've got some blue rainbows going on at the minute. I've also got some German blue rams, and that's been my nemesis fish for some years now. So I've managed to get them going to about a month now. So
oh wow,
hopefully I can bring them up. I'm just actually thinking about moving them to another tank. So I've just sold a load of dwarf neon rainbows and about 82 betta fry roughly. So they've gone now. So I've got a couple of tanks empty. So I'm going to try. I did some fish store tours on my channel, and I picked up some epistogrammas. So I've got some super red agassiziais that I'm going to grow up and breed, and also some fire red cockatoides. So they're going to be my next project. mainly dwarf cichlids at the moment, because the place where I sell them to, that's what they want in store at the moment. So I'm just sort of going along and ticking off boxes while I go as well, because obviously I want to collect them all. I'm in the collect them all stage because I've only been into aquariums and breeding for around 2 years. So I've gone from one tank, this one just here actually in the background, to a massive tank, and now I've got a fish room in the process of being built. So that's where I'm at so far.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's you've made for 2 years though. You've done some real tremendous accomplishments with your breeding. I tell you,
some heavy research. Yeah, some real heavy research. Because where I live as well, it's mainly soft water. It's quite a low pH as well. We're running like 6.5 out of the taps with no hardness, and there's no buffers or anything. So the dwarf cichlids kind of fit in with that.
oh yeah.
So that's where I'm at with them at the minute. I've tried other fish, like the rainbows seem to do really well, even though they like the harder, higher pHs. They seem to do really well in my water for some reason. So that's where I started with the rainbow fish, and I just sort of ended up breeding like 300 dwarf neon rainbows, and then I started on the blue rainbows. I've got some Bozeman eyes that I'm looking for some decent females to breed with at the moment. But yeah, the dwarf cichlids are one that I've been struggling more with, but I'm going to try and hit them all and collect them all, sort of thing. And hopefully that'll work out for me. So, luckily, I have somewhere to have a fish room at the moment now at the new house. And I've also got somewhere to sell them to a local wholesaler. So that's quite rare to have both. So I kind of landed lucky, really, with how my fish room's going at the moment.
I wish I could find a wholesaler that I could sell my excess fish to, because
it's really handy.
Especially
when you're doing something like the betta fish, because I ended up with like 80 betta fish, and I'm like, I don't have 80 spare tanks. I need to sort of shift these guys. And I was just talking to some guys in the fish shop local to me, and they said, yeah, we'll take them. So since then, I've been able to sell them pretty much anything, as long as I've got them in some sort of quantity. Then they'll take them off me. So,
what kind of quantity will they take?
Well, if they won't sort of take 10, but if I've got sort of 20, 25, anything above that. But I'm doing like 200, 300, so they tend to like they like the phone calls when they come, sort of thing. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to make an arrangement before you take them to the LFS.
Yeah, they usually come up and pick them up from a house. The owner. So you can sort of see what's going on. That's the reason why I'm doing the dwarf cichlids at the minute, because that's the demand that he's got. So I sort of sold him my breeding fish as well. When I sold the rainbows, I sold the parents to them as well. So that emptied up the whole thing. So I can put the new parents for the dwarf cichlids in the tanks, and also have the grouts as well open. So that's the way I'm going to do it, I think. And just follow demand, because I've spoke to him and sort of said, look, what do you guys need? What haven't you got? And it just so happened that the dwarf cichlids, which I haven't actually bred before, so I'm quite interested in doing, they needed at the time. So that's what I'm going to do.
Not to sound too nosy, and I don't need a number, but are they giving you a fair price for those dwarf cichlids? Because I know here in America, they're quite expensive.
Yeah, for what they buy them, what they can sell them for is obviously not anything what I can get them from.
Right.
You sort of get, if I was selling direct to a shop, then I'd probably get half the price they'd sell them for. When it's going to wholesale, it goes about a quarter of the price what they're selling for. So if you're
getting half, that's fantastic. I mean,
yeah, if they were selling them for say like $5, I might get like maybe $2 for them each.
Okay.
So it's a fair enough price, especially with the amounts as well, because it ends up being a few £100 at the sale point, and they'll empty a tank for me because they take the whole. So it works out quite well for both, I think, because they have a ton of fish to sell, and I sort of empty a tank to do a new project, which it's quite.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. So it opens it up to new species, because obviously, as fish keepers, it's nice to have that type of fish, but after sort of like the 6-month mark, you want to sort of buy every different fish, the ones that you don't have. Unless you're attached, like my Oscars, they're going to stay forever, obviously, but they're my pets rather than the project sort of.
Well, I think you managed to make it to the right place tonight because that was exactly like you're right up our alley here at the AAA.
Definitely.
The Aquatic Addicts Anonymous.
Starts with 1 and then you end up with 30. So it's one of them, isn't it? Yeah.
I started off with 1 and now I've got 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm just about at the same point as you right now, actually, 28 tanks.
Yeah, I think I'm roughly about that as well. Somewhere it's somewhere around there. I've got about I think there's 5 in the house, and then probably about 25 in the fish room now. So
it's nice having that dedicated room for it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It just makes things easier with the brine shrimp hatchery in there, and everything's just sort of around you. It's a lot easier than sort of water changing from the living room or the dining room. And if you're spilling water around, the wife tends not to like that so much. Whereas if you spill it in the fish room, you get away with it. So
yeah, down here in my fish room, it's all cement floor, so I get water all the time down here.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time I do any work, but yeah, down here I got and I have a new sink that I had put in 2 years ago, so that made my expansion down here a lot easier because I could just hook the hose up to it, fill the tanks up.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do.
Buckets to empty the tanks. So I empty and I'll carry the bucket physically over to the sink and dump it. But keeps you in good shape and keeping me in a little bit of exercise.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking to do with the fish room at the moment because I've sort of managed the power a little and I've got a linear air piston pump now. Although I've not fitted the loop yet, I've sort of just got airlines running all over the place at the moment. It's a bit spaghetti junction.
I was going to say it's the same as me.
You're going to love that loop when you get the loop put in. You're going to love it. I tell you, it was a game changer for me down here.
Yeah, that's my next project, the loop system. And I was thinking about maybe getting like one of the stainless steel like catering sinks. It's not like the freestanding one. I was thinking about getting one in there and maybe rigging up some kind of because it's quite close to the house. So I might be able to run some water pipes underground and come up inside. It's basically a shed, a big shed. So I could come up sort of through the wooden floor and maybe try and fit an auto water change. That's my goal for just after Christmas probably. So if you can get that installed, that'd be nice. Because I've got it sort of like on thermostat control, the heating and stuff. So when it drops below a certain temperature, the thermostats kick in and fan heaters come on to raise the temperature in the room. And then I'm trying to figure out a way to get a humidity control to have some bathroom extractors to pull out the moisture. So when I figured that out, then I'll probably move on to the loop system above then. Try and get the air around.
I get a little bit of humidity down here, but mostly we have a whole home dehumidifier that covers most of it.
Yeah.
Keeps most of it under control. And when I have the air conditioner on, well, right now we're starting to get into the AC weather. We're starting to get up to like, what would be like 30 degrees Celsius and whatnot over near country. It starts getting hot. I got to have I can't live in 80-degree weather over here.
No.
It would be 80 over here for us. And then I turn the AC on. That also helps with the humidity down here. For some reason or another, it seems it helps the dehumidifier that's already hooked up to the unit. It seems to work better. I don't know why.
We've got a few new people in chat quickly. We've got Discus North.
Hello, Discus North. Welcome.
We've got Shane.
Oh, Shane, how you doing, mate? I gave you the link. I'm not sure if you'd like to join us tonight or not.
He's having his tea and then he'll jump on.
Oh, yeah. Take your time. Enjoy. No hurry. Just whenever you like.
We've got Aquariums, Animals, and me.
Oh, yes. Hello. Welcome.
And then I think there's Adam.
Here too, didn't I?
Yep, Adam's there.
Adam.
Hello, Adam. Welcome. Thank you very much. That shocked me. I got an email from Arnold today, and then also Andrew had also sent me a message through Messenger saying that I had 800 subs, and I was like, "What? I didn't even think I was that close. I haven't been paying close attention to it really." And that is really nice.
I've been keeping an eye on your subscriber count for weeks.
Oh, have you? Well,
yeah.
Somebody's taking an eye on me.
I had a look today as well, Jeff. To be honest, I wondered I'm close to you, but I'm not quite
Oh,
up to you.
I'm pretty sure you'll overtake me. I really, the only real work I do on my YouTube right now is basically trying to have the live stream every week. I want to start doing some videos again though, because I do miss that. I need to start putting out some content that way. So it's all a work in progress, you know. But after today though, I almost believe that I'll actually make it to 1K now. For the longest time, I thought to myself, every time I get to a certain plateau, like I remember when I hit 100 subs, it was amazing. I got up to 500 subs. I thought I was, you know, I didn't know who I was anymore. and then all this, so it's like, wow, it's kind of surreal, you know. It's just you don't really realize it until it's there, and it's like, wow, I can't believe it. I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I just, I mean, I could see Arnold being at 800 subs and me being, you know, close to it. But when it happens to you, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But I know you're getting close to 700 subs, Arnold. We got to get you up.
Yeah, forget about my channel. We'll go down the pub. Come on. Let's go.
Go down to the pub?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Look at this. Adam says, the live ended and it must have automatically gone private. I was wondering about that because I seen the advert for it and I went there to watch it and it wasn't available.
Oh, was that last night?
That was last night.
Yeah.
Glenn messaged me about that. Said Adam was live and then the video just disappeared.
Weird.
Glenn's also saying that with his channel, it climbs and then drops back. You know, that's what it does. It's what's been doing for mine, Glenn, all along. It kind of, like, you go up a couple subs, it'll drop down 1 or 2, then it'll go up 3, and then it'll drop down 2 more. But it's just kind of like trending up on a slow, steady growth, kind of like. It's not real fast, but it kind of teeters back and forth a little bit. But it tends to step up slowly, that's fine with me. I'm in no hurry for anything, really. But as long as it does that, I mean, at first I was like, why did I have this amount of subs yesterday and today I got 1 or 2 less? I was like, either they don't like you or they don't like your channel or something. That's understandable. Everybody has different tastes. But at first I thought it kind of bothered me a little bit, and now I'm like, it's just the way it works. I'm not going to let it bother me. So
no, there's no point, is there?
No, there isn't.
I think sometimes when you change genre a little bit as well, because I was doing a lot of aquascaping videos at the beginning, I tend to get loads of subscribers, and then you put something like a breeding video on, and the people that want to watch aquascaping sort of drop off. So you get like the waves of people, and eventually you just end up with like us guys, where you end up with a good group of people sort of staying with you, and then they're interested in all the hobby rather than sort of aquascaping or fish breeding or whichever, cichlids or tropical fish. I think that sometimes is what happens with the subscriber counts and things and the watch times.
Me and Keith were just talking about that earlier today too.
Yeah.
Because he's a plant guy. He's a big plant guy, and he also he's good with the Wallstead tanks and whatnot. And he was telling me that when he started doing his Wallstead tanks, his viewer count and everything shot through the roof.
Yeah.
And then when he tried to do like his fish videos, they kind of teetered off a little bit.
Yeah, I find that a little bit. If I do the breeding videos, it seems really low. Like, I think it's the people that have been in the hobby a little longer want to watch the breeding videos. Mm-hmm. Whereas if I did if I put up like a CO2 review or something like that, I get loads of views on it. But then you tend to lose people that wanted to watch the more advanced people because they're not too keen on watching reviews, or they already know about it, or it's just, I think it's that type of thing that goes on with YouTube, and that's how it sort of equals what subscribers you have and people that want to return back to your channel and see that type of video. So I mean, generally if you did sort of the MD thing where you're repeating each day, then you'd just have that following. But I think most guys like us, we generally want to do all the things. Have a tropical tank, have a cichlid tank, play around with CO2, have a fish room, or like you say, Wallstead tanks, things like that, doing planted tanks. So you don't stick to one sort of genre, and it affects the way your subscribers follow, and obviously ultimately your view time, watch time, the counts and things like that. So
Well, that's the reality of it. When you have a fish room, you want to do other things.
yeah.
I know that if I wanted to do, I'm not really sure. I've never really had a strong niche where it really was very popular. I kind of tend to go all over the place. I'm starting to get into the plants. I've been a breeder for a while, but I don't concentrate a lot on that. I do have, some projects that are going on right now, breeding wise and whatnot. Oh, thank you so very much, Andrew. You didn't have to do that. Very kind of you. My goodness.
That's half the pub money.
Yeah, that is.
Keep it up now.
That's very generous and kind of you. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Where was I at now? I completely forgot what I was talking about.
Niches, weren't we?
Oh yeah, the niches. Yeah. And so
to me, when I first started, I was trying to put breeding videos out, and I was like doing my goldfish stuff. The first channel I ever had was just sharing videos, and it was all goldfish. And I found it was picking up quite quick. So when I set this channel up, I thought I'll carry on from where I left off on my old channel from years ago. Started doing goldfish, and nothing seemed to happen. I was trying breeding, and I was only picking up a handful of views, and then I put my Wallstead hack video out, and it got 1,500 views overnight, and then I got another 1,500 views the next day. I put another video out, and that got another 1,500 views, and I was like, what's going on here? If I put a video out about anything else, I get about 100 views. If I mention the Wallstead, it seems to get 1,500 views. So
it's the name. Diana Wallstead she's a huge force in the planted tank world.
Yeah,
and
well,
it's a very niche category. You get a lot of.
If you go on the planted tank forums from years ago, it was like you got it right, Tom Bart, Casio Mano, or Diana Wallstead. And when you look at them, all three of them, their underlying theory is all the same. They just come at it from a different angle.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
I've noticed some have more information about it than others too. I mean, some of them, they. I mean, I haven't read the book yet myself, but a lot of them haven't read the book, and then they're trying to teach other people. Whereas people like you and others that have a huge amount of knowledge, you're not preaching to the choir like what they are. And so I tend to watch channels like yours because you're more down to earth.
Yeah.
And welcome, Shane, mate. How you doing?
Okay.
Not bad. How are we all doing?
Good evening.
Good, great. Welcome aboard, mate. Right. We were just talking about the trends in YouTube and how kind of everything you get on a hot topic and everything kind of escalates, and then you switch back to something else. And I think it's good to have a diversity, though, Keith. I mean, it's good that you're doing. It's good for your channel. I mean, you with your knowledge base. I mean, with the planted tanks, it's fantastic. But I would still also, for your own well-being, continue to do what you want to do as well. I mean, if you want to do breeding videos of your fish, I mean, you got those beautiful goiter rainbows that you're.
Yeah, well, I can't see them yet. They look like there's about 30 eyelashes swimming around in the tank at the moment. So
they're small. They take a long time to grow too, from what I've heard.
Since I got them on the baby brine shrimp, Jeff, they've exploded. They've doubled in size in about a week. So
yeah, that's fantastic food to get them growth on.
Getting them big enough to eat it, isn't it? With the rainbows.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I usually do the Hikari first bites for around 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll just start giving them a bit of. Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah,
right there.
Jeff's got it.
Yeah,
I got mine.
Yeah. I usually give them that for a couple of weeks, and then just start doing birth and microworms. Yeah,
microworms.
Yeah.
Nice. You've got everything sat next to them. They're like proper pampered pups.
My dwarf neon rainbows. I mean, I was growing them out for 6 months before the shop would even look at them. So, and they were only sort of tiny. It took a while.
I went in to get wolf rainbows the other week.
Yeah.
And the lad in the fish shop pulled me around the corner. He was like, "Have a look at these," and he had Waponga red lasers. He said, "Buy them."
Nice. Yeah, definitely. They're
So
a lot
I've ended up
rarer,
with
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But they're still they just look like neons at the moment. They're not even coloured up yet. So hopefully they get a bit of colour in them soon.
It's definitely a patience thing with the rainbows I've found, and like I say, I'm quite new to it as well. So that was one of the first fish that I bred originally, and I was just like, is it gonna take this long for all of them to grow up? So every fish.
That's the thing. I got them, and everyone was saying to me they breed. When I had the dwarfs, I had them in my big tank in the living room, and everyone said they breed every day. And I was looking for months, and I thought, I haven't seen anything. Like, they mustn't be breeding, I haven't seen anything. And then someone said to me, the next scatter, get a spawning mop in, put a spawning mop in, put it in another tank. And within days, there was like hundreds of them on the surface of the tank.
Yeah, because the ones that I've just sold, actually, I put 3 spawning mops in about a week ago, just to sort of keep my tanks going. And I pulled them out. About 2 weeks ago. I pulled them out about a week ago, and then put them into like a little plastic tank. And I looked yesterday, and they must be over 300 fry, just on top at the moment. So
it's amazing, isn't it, to see them?
Yeah,
just like they're like tiny little eyelashes.
Just hundreds of them on top. So I've just been like bombing the car, trying to get, like I'm doing it like 3-4 times a day. As soon as I wake up, then just before I go to work, as soon as I get back from work, and then like just before I go to bed of the night, I'm just putting loads of food in and trying to grow them up as quick as I can.
Isn't that an amazing feeling though when you got your fish that you bred yourself and you're watching and you raise them up? Isn't that an amazing feeling though? I mean,
there's no better than a tank just absolutely full of fish that you've bred.
Everything down here are fish that I bred. I mean, I bought the few to start out, but I bred them and I increased the numbers of everything down here.
I think once you get your fish as well, the ones that you've bred yourself, they just do so much better in your tank.
Oh yeah, I've always said that.
Always said that. Better, yeah. I think because I'll breed the shop bought ones, and I'll sell the shop bought ones with the first batch that I get, and keep like a trio of what I've bred myself, and then I'll just use them then to breed them, and then I usually just put them into my big tank, sort of retire them once I've got enough, and then just move on to a different species. And once I've done them a few times, so. But they definitely do better when you've bred them yourself. And once they've been spawned in your water, they're brilliant. You don't have no issues.
My orange flash cacatoides, I have the orange flash cacatoides, and that they did spawn in a little hut. But then I had a albino plecostomus bristlenose went in there and ate the eggs off the ceiling of the. So I'm in a process of moving the albinos out and get them guys a chance to go again. But that would have been my first spawn of Pistos. So
I love it. Pistos.
Exactly the same. What happened with the going back to what we were saying about the breeding stuff in your water? I found it's the same with shrimp. Like I found my colony was dwindling down slowly, and then I got one batch of shrimplet, and that was it. They were off then.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I got some cherries just from like a Pets at Home store. I bought like 5 of them, and they one of them were breeding. I could see it were buried, and that's the only one that survived. And then I thought they'd all died. And about 3 weeks later, I went to sort of like clean it out, and there was nothing else in the tank. And I just started seeing like little shrimp everywhere. Well, I actually put some corridores in there. I think there was some like peppered corys. And then after about 4 months, the tank were absolutely chock-a-block with just thousands of cherry shrimp. To the point where I've been picking some out and putting them in. I've got like cherry shrimp in every tank I've got, so and they're just full of them.
If you want to increase your numbers with your cherry shrimp, you having those fish like a bristlenose pleco in there or the corridoras.
Yeah.
When their droppings hit, that turns into food for those shrimp, and they really boom on it. They really get.
That's what I found with mine. I've got plecos in there, and they've absolutely exploded in there. So
snails as well. The snails will do really will increase the numbers of the neocardinas also.
Yeah, I've got reds in here and blues in here, so I'm kind of at a crossroads. Do I I need to take them out of the tanks that they're in and put them in something on their own, and then maybe add a couple more things. But I'm not sure what to stock them in. Jeff was telling me about his friend Mark Shelley,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, well, how do I get from where I am now to on that road kind of thing? Because like Jeff keeps saying to me, I need to have a few different topics going on at once to keep people interested. So I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's the next step for me, I think, is to move a bit more into shrimp. And obviously,
Yeah, there's always
Brian
that
keeps
side, you know. Go on.
Brian
I was
keeps
just gonna,
telling me that
go
I
on.
need to have a play more with the shrimp.
Yeah, what I was going to say was it's always good to have, you know, like Jeff said, more things to do. So you've always got something to pretty much to film. But there's also the stage of don't get to the point where you look at it and go, oh, I've got too much to do today, where recording the content becomes the issue side of it instead of, okay, so we're at that stage, so we're doing that on that one. That's ready. I can put a video on that. You know, otherwise you got because I find it, especially with the koi as well, like, you know, cleaning one set of filters, you're like, oh, I'm just going to do a little video on this part, and then you remember later on, it's like, oh no, I can't. I've got to get up the other end and do more of that, and then by the time you finish that job, it's too dark.
That's the problem with keeping fish outdoors. It goes dark.
Yeah, that is the problem. So yeah, if when I move and whatnot, I will
You
be
can't turn
having.
your timer back on with the sun, can you? That's the big
No,
problem.
you can't just go on the wall and just flick a light on and
Yeah, turn
on.
that back on.
We had a question up there a moment ago from Tiberic Aquatics. He said, "What was the best tetras for nanocichlids in low pH planted tank?" There's a lot of them you could use.
Like cardinals or no? Yeah, actually, no.
I think cardinals would be great.
Neons, cardinals, skirt tetras, black widows, all like that. Really.
I wouldn't put any neons in with any dwarf cichlids. I've had that kind of issue. I've had that issue when I got mine. I woke up the next morning and they just had an extremely expensive buffet during the evening, and they just literally wiped out the whole tank of tetras that were in there.
Yeah, I think it depends on the cichlid though as well. Because if you've got like a crebensis, then I agree. But if you're using something like a smaller piston, then you might be all right, depending on the size of each.
These are electric blue acaras is what he's talking about.
Yeah, the blue acara.
Yeah, the blue acara would definitely neon tetras.
No.
Yeah.
There was a fish shop up the road from me, and it had a 7-foot tank, under the counter, and he must have had about 1,000 ruby nose tetra in there, and to watch them school was amazing. Like I've never seen nothing.
Yeah, they are lovely when you've got a big tank and you've got big numbers of them. They look amazing. It
was a totally different experience to anything else I've ever seen in hobby. Watching all these the rummy nose tetras just schooling together. It's fascinating.
They're beautiful fish.
Yeah, I've been to one similar where it wasn't the rummy nose. They done it with, I think they did it with, had like a large tank of rams. And again, just seeing them all kind of going in the same direction was like, whoa. Yeah. When you get that right light on them as well, they just absolutely pop.
Neons in Blackwater look phenomenal. I've never seen anything like that. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
The Blackwater kind of shades them out, and then you just see the neon.
My wife's asking a question here. I remember I had a large cichlid. It was a red devil, and I used to feed back when I was much younger. I would feed live fish. I'd feed live fish to my fish. I don't do that anymore, but I had goldfish, feeder goldfish, and the fish acted like a shepherd. He'd dig a big pit right in the middle of the tank, and he'd have all the goldfish. They'd be down there, and he'd keep them all corralled right in the center of the aquarium until every once in a while, he wouldn't just eat them all. He would eat one or two over the course of several weeks, and it got to the point where some of the fish actually grew too big for it to live to eat, you'd kill them then at that point.
Oh,
But
we've all moved places.
she was just reminding me about that. Yep, that's right, honey. Well, do you think we should start with one of our top 5 videos, Arnold?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go for it. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Okay, let me go ahead and go to the that, and let's check. Who would like to go first?
Put mine on first. It's kind of in topic, isn't it?
All right, and trying to find yours. Where? I believe this is yours.
Hi guys, hope you're enjoying the live stream. So I really enjoyed what Jeff did last time with the keeping 5 different types of Tanganyika cichlids in one aquarium and having like a community of cichlids. And I thought, you know what, such a cool idea. What I'd like to do, if I had 180 gallon tank, I'd like to have it heavily planted. Everyone knows I love my plants. And I'd like to stock it with like mixed rainbows. So 5 rainbows I'd keep in a 180 gallon tank. And number 5, I've got my Waponga red lasers. Now these look similar to the Praecox rainbows of the wharf, but they've got like red laser stripes through them. Really similar fish, but they've got like red laser stripes through them, which I think is really cool, and I think it's a bit rarer than the Praecox, so that's number 5. And number 4, I'd say the Parkinsoni, which is similar in colour to the Boatmani, but slightly different. I'd like to keep that. I think it's a cool colour, but I think number 3, I'd like to keep Boatmani like these. Mine haven't coloured up yet, they're just starting to colour up now, and they look more orange than yellow, so number 3 for me would be this. Number 2 on the list is my fry, Border Rivers. I absolutely love them. These number 2 on the list. It's hard to see at the moment. Here you are, my Border River fry, number 2 on the list. And number 1 on my list is the Talikawa. I haven't got any of these yet, but I'm on a breeder's list, so hopefully I'll get a breeding. Spawning moth full of eggs soon, and then I'll have my own Talikawa. That's my 5 rainbows I'd keep in 180 gallon if I got one tomorrow.
Very nice.
Is that buffer for everyone else, or was that just me?
They were buffering for me a little.
It was the volume was down a little bit. I wasn't sure.
Well, come through mine, all right.
Did it? Oh.
Yeah.
It just really buffered for mine. It went from 5 to 3 to 1.
Oh.
Strange.
As long as everyone else seen it, that's the main thing.
I was watching it, but it looked like it did go awfully quick.
Stephen P is in chat.
Hello,
Good evening,
Stephen P.
Stephen.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Like my dream tank, all them. I love rainbows.
Yeah, I can't get enough of them now. Like,
Yeah, they're awesome.
it's only hooked.
I've never had
Every
rainbow
time I
fish.
go, because my local fish shop knows I'm into rainbows, they keep getting more rainbows in, so they're like, you need to come and have a look at these. And I'm like, well, I haven't got tanks. And they're like, well, we've got tanks. Well, I haven't got room.
Yeah.
And I see Garage Aquatics is mentioned down there. It was loud and clear for out in the. I wonder if it was just for us on the panel that was a little bit different. Looking here, yeah, loud and clear. Ron said for yours.
Glenn is saying Keith speaks quick anyway.
Oh, yeah. Possibly.
Yeah, I've not actually seen the number 1 rainbow before on your list there.
Yeah.
I might have to go on the hunt for that one.
Which one was that? Was that the?
I'll have to look back on it. It's not one I know.
The red was it the red laser?
No, that was number 5.
That was number 5.
1 was the Talikawa.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's not one I know. That one.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
I don't know why I go backwards. I always start with 5 and work my way down to 1. I mean, they're not in any special order, but I always start with number 5, then I go to number 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how I do mine. I don't know why.
Can we hear? I don't know, Shane. Can you hear us?
Sorry about that. Yeah, because I got called downstairs. I was like, just tap the button, and obviously when I went back and went to try and tap the button again to unmute it. So obviously with this mic, it won't show on your screen that I'm muted, but I can just literally touch one setting and it just mutes everything.
Well, I could see you talking, and I was like, well, we can't hear him.
Oh, we have Sweet Acres Koi Farm.
Yeah.
Hello, Christine.
Hi, Christine. Hi, bro. I see you there from the kitchen.
Now his name is Dean, right? Dean.
Yep, that's Dean.
Hello, Dean, mate. How you doing? Good to see you.
He's just been setting up his. I think it would be if Arnold will tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a 35 gallon, being the 96 liter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just setting one up, and yeah, it turns out he's got enough filtration to probably do a 40 easy.
What type of fish does he keep in there? Or is he?
He hasn't got anything in there yet. I'm trying to get him to go down the line of going for a planted, which obviously when he watches all our channels and whatnot like that, he's going to get ideas, as well. So, and Keith, great video on doing the plants outside, mate. Never thought about that.
I haven't got no more room in here, and I want to grow more plants, so I didn't know what to do.
Great idea. To be honest, it's a great idea. I never even thought they'd be able to, even if it's in the greenhouse.
I've got a garden full of weeds, so I may as well grow something I want.
Well, yep, they always say a weed is just a plant that is in the wrong location.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to do a bit more outdoors, to be honest.
Yeah, you can definitely do something.
What you need is a year-round greenhouse.
Yeah.
Or a
As the
small
channel
poly.
grows, I've got the land.
Small poly, £75 for the metal frame.
Yeah.
And then you just get a roll of the material. I think I done my one on the allotment, was probably about £250.
There's one on Amazon for £100. I think that's about 12 foot. So
Yeah, it depends if it's that green plastic like what you've got or whether it's clear.
You need to build one like Dustin has down in Kentucky.
yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
One of Dustin's greenhouses.
Well, that's the plan. I'm gonna have a gallery like Joey here, and then at the back I'm gonna have a big greenhouse like Dustin. And then I reckon I should hit 1K subs then when I've got that.
Yeah,
We all can have that dream to hit that big number.
exactly. That's why I say if you're gonna dream, you might as well go all the way. That's why I mean, you never know too. It also, dreams do come true from time to time. You never know.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Got a Fubo 407 skimmer airline. Oh, a skimmer. So, are you planning on doing saltwater, or is he?
No, it come with it. So the gentleman he bought it from, I believe he used to keep 5 small koi in there.
Oh, okay.
But he had like a small skimmer in there. So obviously, like any heavy plant, like Arnold said to me on the text, it's like if you get any floating leaves or anything like that when you do a full planted tank, it would just literally suck all the loose stuff off the top, put that into the skimmer, and then just circulate the water. Just keeps that top clear.
Yeah.
Oh, like a surface skimmer.
Surface
Yeah.
skimmer, yeah.
As opposed to a protein skimmer.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So he's gonna try and put that on there and see if he gets a little added help, really.
Thank you, William. Thank you very much.
But, I was surprised with the amount of stuff he got. He got 3 pieces of 3 quite large pieces of dragonstone.
Wow.
Enough filtration to, as I say, to pretty much do a 2, maybe 3 tank setup. It was just literally just handed over 3 bags worth of stuff and was like, there you go.
That's the good thing about buying secondhand. When you go out and buy secondhand tanks, you always end up with something amazing. I ended up with I ended up with a Flubel 3.0 plant light with my tank.
I got a box full of this stuff.
And the guy was like, "You're not going to talk me down from 100 quid." And I was like, I wasn't even going to try. Not for a real 180 and a Flubel plant light. That's like 200 quid on its own. I was like, "Here's you want it. Is that all you want?" So
That was exactly how much he ended up giving the bloke. He was like, "Here's a one." I know he wanted like 95, 96, but when he started handing out all this other stuff, he was like, "Nah, just take a one. Just take a one. Just round it up." Because as I say,
he was like, "I'm not taking less than 100 quid." And I was halfway down the drive going, "Yeah, take the 100 quid. I'm off.
Here's your cash. I'm off. See you later."
Yeah, I've done a few of them on Facebook free ads. I actually set up most of my fish room just using Facebook, and I found you'll get someone I would just like interested in the glass, but then they'd have like all the pumps. And I've got like a little corner that's just packed with different filters and heaters and stuff that I've just been thrown in on deals.
Yeah,
but I bet a lot of my fish room it's cost me less than £1,000 to do it all. So it's been all right.
That's a pretty good deal.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah, and also he held it.
Yeah.
Evening.
But you know what? I had a wonderful. Well, not tonight, of course, but I have an idea for a future live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the idea from Skipper's Aquariums. He's here in America. I think he's in Pennsylvania or somewhere in that area. I'm not sure exactly where he's at, but he does a auction online, a live auction like we're here right now. People in chat. You have guests on that have fish that they want to auction off. People would bid on them in the chat. The moderators control it to keep track of who's the highest bid and whatnot.
Yeah, we do it in the coin.
There's no commission. There's no commission would be no commission to me or anything. It's just between the chat and whoever is on. In other words, these have already been done and they've been very successful. And I'm going to talk to Skipper about it and make sure that it's okay with him because it was his idea. So I will check with him and see. But it really is I think it'd be a really fun thing, especially for hobbyists like ourselves to breed our fish. In other words, you got your German blue rams. You could say, "Oh, I got this group of 6 German blue rams. We'll start the bidding out at whatever you think, and then people will bid on it." I'm thinking about the reason why this would be different is because his is just for the United States. If we had something like this, we could have like our country and the United, Great Britain, have another like a satellite group there. You could be on the same stream, and people who were there could bid on your stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this completely came out of left field, but I thought what a great idea. I thought to myself, because I've been watching those auctions, and I'm thinking to myself, that would be possible. It would be a kind of a fun thing to do, maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I've got tons of cherry shrimp I could do with moving on. But what I'd like to do is get Glenn to help me grade them. So I've got a few different because I've got a few different grades of them. Some of them are like solid, bright red legs. Everything's bright red on them, and then some of them like white legs, which are just like your standard cherry shrimp, then, aren't they? So it'd be nice to get someone who knows what they're talking about to help me grade them, and then I could put some up for sale. Obviously, keep some back for me to breed, and then.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to be able to show people these and auction them.
Yeah.
And I've got blues as well.
So we've been doing them with the koi for a long time.
It's like the same as it'd be the same time as like a regular live stream, but except it'd be all business, talking, doing the, most of the people here, we have it set up with PayPal where people want to buy something. They work directly with the seller who would be up here, like either would be say if we were having one tonight and Arnold had his blue Acaras, he could show a picture. He could take his camera and show the blue Acaras, and this is for. He'd say, "Well, this is for a group of 6 or a group of 10. We'll start the bidding out at 15 pounds or something, or whatever denomination you want it to." It's better to start slow because then people can bid on it, And if you have an abundance of fish that you're trying to move out, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying to you, wasn't it, Jeff? One of the problems I come across in my local area when I'm trying to sell is everyone assumes you're shutting something down, so they want it for nothing. Whereas if you're doing something like this, they understand that you've bred it
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they appreciate the effort you put into it rather than someone trying to bite your hand off.
Yeah, see, that's the difference here, though, Keith. Because with this, we're all a bunch of like-minded hobbyists. They're here for an auction. They wanna see what you got and bid on it. So it's not like you're taking a bag full of your shrimp to your LFS and they're like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take them off your hands, but I'll give you 5 pounds for the whole bag. You know, that's not the case here. This would be like, okay, a reasonable price. You know, not expensive. It's not like you're going to be selling them for a tremendous amount of money. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do, but maybe a reasonable price.
You always get
It's
that
not
one
like-
bid
it's
on
not
an
like-
auction that goes
Yeah,
through the
so people
roof.
won't be approaching you like, well, he's getting out of the hobby, so let's just buy, let's just get, the number under the wire just enough to make it,
Yeah, you could have like a reserve, so it's like a safety net type of thing.
Yeah, you start with your own. You start with what it is. You start your own reserve. In other words, let's say I was going to try and sell some of my wild type bettas that when they breed and I got fry and whatnot, and I said, well, I got these. They're an endangered species. I say I got a group of 5 of them here. I'll start the bidding out at $15 for the 5.
Would you do are you going to do multiple lots, Jeff?
You can. I think most of them on Skippers that does that, they'll have like 2 or 3 items usually.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have just 1 item too. There's no limit. I mean, I don't know if there's a limit or not.
I mean,
I was just going to ask you, are you going to do the buyout thing as well? You ever come across that, Jeff, in a bid, in an auction?
If someone wants to bid, like say, like you put them up, they really want them. They know for a fact that if they were to go to a local store, they wouldn't get quite as good quality, but they would still be paying, say, 40, 45 for them.
Yeah.
They could just turn around and go, I'll give you 45, buy them now.
Yeah.
Well, in the auction, they do that. But I noticed on the auction, the people will bid, say, I only want 50, and they'll bid on it, and then somebody will maybe bid a couple dollars more. And it kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of like what we do with some of the koi channels. They'll do them where they'll just start it off, like say £20, and then they do increments of a £5.
It'd be interesting to know what the chat thoughts about this as well. To be honest,
Yeah, what do you guys think in chat about this?
Because
let us know because a lot
one
of
of the ideas I've got, Jeff, is to have at my local auction when you go. Say I put 4 lots of cherry shrimp in. Whoever wins the first bid, if they win the first lot of cherry shrimp, they can choose how many bags they want to buy before anyone else gets dibs on them.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure exactly what your question is again. What you had 4 lots of cherry shrimp. You could do 4. You could do 4 separate lots.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, at local auctions, say I put like 4 lots of cherry shrimp in.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wins the first bid gets to pick how many bags they want to buy. So they could buy all 4. They could buy everyone else.
That's a possibility. I mean, if we wanted to set it up that way, I mean, I haven't seen it done that way here on this, but I don't see a reason why we couldn't.
No, it's more for the buyer than anything else, isn't it? Because if they're like, well, I want to buy them to breed them, then they're buying everyone else out of being able to breed them. Which, as I say, like, I'm open to the chat, see what they think. It's all ideas at the moment, isn't it? So I'm just putting an idea out there.
Yep.
Let me check with Arnold. What do you think of the idea, Arnold?
It does sound very interesting, so I think we should look into it.
It would be. I'll give you an example how it would transpire. We'd start out like this, and we'd say it would have like a little introductory of the auction, and we'd stipulate that we could put it like under our names here. We could put like the United Kingdom or put USA or whatever, and that way people would know where to order their stuff. You say from the UK that if you're in the UK area, we can ship these, or if you're local to our area, you can even do a pickup, which would cut down on the shipping. But the way it works out is the person will put the item up, and then usually the people in the audience will type on there, what is the price of shipping? And then the person, as we're speaking, they'll say, well, the shipping is $20. For priority shipping, or $15 priority shipping. And that way they know. And then the person who buys the fish pays for the shipping and for the product. And I think what they mostly do is go through like PayPal or some other means. They work it out with the seller.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's why it's also good as well to have like your own individual emails that are separate from your personal ones
Yeah.
on your
Definitely.
channels as well.
I've got
So
mine
if
on my
anybody
channel.
needs to, if someone needs to contact you and then you're just talking fish, then you've got that separate email that's got everything in there that you go, well, after it's done, so and so, you know, go into my channel, go down into the about, and there's my email. Drop me an email there, and we can start the communication about getting it sorted.
Yeah, a bit of a safety net on it. So
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I was mentioning to Andrew earlier too. I mean, I think I might have brought this out a little too soon, but I was talking to Andrew about it because I know he breeds the black moor goldfish, and he gets a lot of them. So I thought that, you know, that would be something that would be, you know, good for him as well. I mean, you could, and I was mentioning, you know, you could even do this. Say, in other words, you could do it for anything you want. If you want to just do it to sell your stuff, you could. Or if you had a charity you wanted to donate to, or whatever, or anything like that. Really, you could do pretty much whatever your imagination is, and sell whatever you want to, as long as, you know, pretty much with my channel, it's mostly fish related stuff. You know, you want to sell shrimp or fish or snails, what have you, you know, and you could, you know, I thought it'd be kind of an interesting idea because I know this. If you want to, and there's also replays of the actual auction on Skipper's Aquariums. I wish if somebody could drop, I'm not sure if anybody has his link, they could drop in the chat for one of his auctions. His last auction was on May 11th. I know that.
Yeah, see, we do have that, like they were saying there, in the UK, we've got the, you have to have a license to be able to ship.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
So I know for a fact our minimum, because obviously seeing all the koi channels, I know our minimum's like about £30. No matter, so £30 per box per X amount of kilo. So obviously, if you're only sending out one bag, it's still going to be 30. Or whether you buy, like say, 4 lots that you can fit in one box, it's still 30.
Yeah, it'd be like if you sold one guppy, it still costs you £30 to ship. But you could buy like 8 German blue rams, it still costs you £30 to ship. It's the same. It's really expensive to ship in the UK. I was looking into this a little while ago about shipping fish on like eBay platform.
Yeah,
and it was just too expensive by the time I bought the polystyrene box and the heat packs, because obviously the UK is not that warm, especially where I am in the north of UK. It just gets real expensive by the time you look into that.
Yeah, it does.
Unless it were like a pickup only, you'd be struggling to ship things. I think.
Yeah, that's what most of them do, is collection.
Is it that expensive for anything, or just to ship like fish?
Yeah, one cherry shrimp is the same amount to ship like a blue acara.
Oh, I mean, say if you weren't shipping anything alive, is the shipping still expensive?
Oh no, it's not that much.
No, it's just because you're shipping live.
It's live fish.
And if they don't know that, I mean, I'm not trying to tell you to do something that would be illegal. Or anything. Say if you were just to do it.
You wouldn't want to trust. You wouldn't want to trust putting that no live fish sticker on the box with our delivery.
I'll be honest with you. I've had more trouble with that live fish sticker on the box than not. I've had much better success since I stopped using that live fish sticker. I'll be honest with you, because you know what happens, and this is what happens, and I hate to think of this about people who do that. They see that in their sick minds, they'll play football with that box. You get somebody who's disgruntled in their job, and they're gonna they want to take it out on somebody. They're not happy. The last thing you want to do, and I know this goes beyond what you might think is the norm. You'll have better luck if you don't have that sticker on the box. It's been my experience. I've shipped maybe 50 boxes out since I started. And in the beginning, I used that live fish with the arrows up on all 4 sides. And the first 4 or 5 shipments I did, those boxes would arrive. I mean, the fish would be alive. At one time, I did have 2 DOAs where some of the red zebras, I was using breather bags. I think their dorsal fin might have penetrated the bag and popped it. But other than that, when I stopped using those, because I've seen a video and they said that they have better luck without using the live fish stickers. And since I've done that, I've had no problem. What they ask me, the questions I get asked at the post office is this anything perishable, liquid, or hazardous? And I'll say there's liquid, and it's perishable. They don't ask, is it something live or not? You don't have to divulge that. Here you don't anyway. So I just shipped out a box of fish yesterday, and it's to Melvin out. I'm not sure if he's still in the audience or not, but he's got a box of fish that are arriving to him tomorrow to Pennsylvania for my state. Oh, and Jimmy says, what was? I'm a retired. Yeah, sadly correct. Yeah. You know what? Because I was told that, Jimmy, that, you get somebody on there that's not happy. They see something live on there, and with their sick minds, they'll be like, well, we'll see how well these fish show up now after they shake them up and kick them around or whatever. It's sad to think that people would actually do something like that, but, a lot of crazy people in this world, you never can tell. But
yeah, that's why I think if I ever do it, on a larger scale, I will just be doing collection. Because not only that they could turn up, oh, I want, say, 5 Acaras, 6 Acaras. They could turn up and be like, oh, well, actually, I've got a second tank and I've got some of those in, so I could replenish while I'm there, and then before you know it, you've actually made 2.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do with mine.
Was it discus breeder in the UK? Was it discus breeder in the UK? And the only way he'll sell you fish is if he brings them to your house.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're on the country.
There is that as well. As long as it's, hand delivered or collection.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like, me loading up my blue Acaras, jumping in the car and driving up to Yuki and being like, here you go.
Yeah.
I just got a message from my wife. She says it's time for another top 5 video.
She's right.
Let's do it.
So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I didn't mean to. It's a very fascinating. It's interesting talking about shipping fish, though. It really is.
Yeah.
And
perhaps they'll have to have its own section.
I like it myself. I like to do that. Okay, so next we're going to do Arnold's. Is that okay with you, Arnold?
Yeah.
Let's go, Arnold.
All right, we'll go ahead with Arnold's now.
Welcome to King's Aquariums and Outworld's top 5 fish for a 180-gallon tank. We hope you enjoy.
First up, we have the Geophagus altifrons. Groups of 5 or more is best to maintain the aggression level. They can grow up to 8 inches long. Soft sandy substrate is preferred as they like to sift through the sand looking for food. Don't keep with other aggressive fish. All readily available foods are much appreciated. Regular water changes are a must as these species are very sensitive to decreasing water conditions and nitrates. Keep a good male-female ratio to prevent any possibilities of aggression. Secondly, we have $6 silver or Metinus hepsuchen. And I know I probably have not said that right. These are mid-dwelling fish that like to be kept in groups of 6 or more. They prefer subdued lighting and dark substrate with plenty of hiding places. These species are herbivorous and like eating plants. They are easily stressed and should not be housed with aggressive or fin-nipping fish. They prefer a pH of 5 to 7 and a temperature of 24 to 28 degrees. Next up is the silver arowana, the Osteoglossum bichirosum. These primarily eat fish at the surface but will also supplement with insects and crustaceans and will jump out of the water to catch prey. Tanks should be at least 3 times larger than the length of the fish. Acrobatic fighters can even swim backwards to escape. Also, their tongues are lined with teeth, as is the roof of their mouths. These fish are also very powerful grips. They live for 10 to 20 plus years. This fish gets to a max length of 120 centimetres. Fourthly, we've got the Nile bicher, or Polypterus bicher. This species can grow up to 40 centimetres long. They like low lighting and sandy substrate is preferred. Also, the species have 2 highly vascularized lungs to breathe air. This is the only vertebrate to have lungs without a trachea. They are able to compact food down into their stomachs to make space for more, so these can easily be overfed. There has also been a study which successfully raised young fish on land. They prefer a pH of 6 to 8 and a temp of 25 to 29 degrees. And last but not least, a pair of Potomotricon Motoro stingrays. These can grow up to 50 centimetres in the disc length and 1 metre in total length and can weigh up to 35 kilograms. They can live for over 20 years. They require powerful oxygenation and filtration with regular water changes as they can be sensitive to nitrate spikes. They're best housed with large passive mid-water or surface dwelling fish as these rays are highly proficient predators.
Let me know your thoughts on my top 5 fish for a 180 gallon aquarium. Also let us know your top 5 fish for a 180 gallon aquarium in the chat. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Excellent. Really good.
I want some freshwater stingrays now.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Ow.
I wish they would come out with a dwarf version of those little stingrays. Maybe have them with like a 5 or 6 inch circumference.
They do. They're called Hillstream loaches.
Well, the hill street coaches are even smaller,
Yeah.
but I used to have an actual stingray about this.
There is a dwarf species of freshwater stingray.
Is there?
Teacup stingray. Apparently they're hard to keep.
How big do they get, Arnold?
Now you're asking. I'm not gonna. You carry on, and I'll just have a look.
Well, that was a great list. I'm
Yeah.
surprised though. There was a fish there was a fish that didn't appear that I thought was going to.
I don't know what. I ain't having that.
Is that Reginald?
I ain't having that.
Is that Reginald?
You're having it. Look, you can say
Arnold?
Jet.
Who
Yeah,
is-
that's Reginald.
Happy birthday, Reginald! Happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Are you having a fun day?
You fun day?
Yeah.
Good. That's great. Happy birthday. Very nice.
Cool.
Excellent.
I ain't having that.
I was
Whatever
waiting
that
for
is.
friend Toast to show up for your
I thought I'd go for something a bit different, and they all do make a really good, collection in one tank.
Yeah, definitely. I was
Yeah.
actually, I was looking at getting stingray and a red-tailed gold arowana about 5 years ago, but then I had to move, and I didn't have the room I had the space for like a 10 by 4 foot tank, and I actually got in touch with a breeder not far from me who breeds stingrays, and because my local shop, they could get the arowana, no problem. I think it was about 250 quid at the time, but they couldn't get the stingrays, so I got in touch with a local breeder. And he had virtually any stingray you wanted. He could have got me a pair.
Wow.
So they're called teacup stingrays.
teacup stingrays. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet they hold a hefty little price for being so small, huh?
Yeah, I would
I
thought
can
so.
imagine. They might be more expensive than the big boys, even.
Literally,
Christine's asking, why are the people in the States so disgruntled, Jeff? I don't know, but it seems to be. I think there's disgruntled people all over the world, but there's more people. Oh, not more. There's more here than there are in England, so I think there's a bigger chance of running across one here. Let's see here. Glenn's saying, if I had a 180-gallon tank, I'd have it planted with distinct areas suiting different species, but fill it with thousands of nano or small fish species. That would be cool. That would be a lot of fun doing that. That would be like an entire
Gil.
biotope.
Hi, Gil.
Hello, Gil. Welcome, mate. There he is. Morning, panel. Morning, everyone else.
Got Jack. Jack's in chat.
Hello, Jack, mate. How are you?
Hello, Jack.
New local Austin as well.
Hello. That's Mike. How you doing, Mike? Welcome. We were just
There you
talking
go.
about shipping fish and stuff, and how. And also, Dixon mentioned down there earlier. I seen said that they ordered shrimp and they had the live fish stickers on them, and their first 2 or 3 orders came and they were all just smashed. And then when you got another order of them, they didn't use the stickers. The box came perfect. You know, there was no temptation to, you know, hurt the box, or, you know, they didn't know there was something live in there, so it didn't pique their interest.
Yep.
So,
Strange, isn't it?
yeah, so, you know, that's just part of the experience of learning. I mean, so I never use them now. I bought a great big, 500 stickers of it. I think I used 4 or 5 of them, and then since then I haven't used any more of them. So if anybody wants those stickers, let me know. You can use them, but trust me, you'll get better off without them. They do have many.
Yeah, they do the dwarf versions of the Motorwheel Stingrays.
Ah,
On the website here, yeah. I didn't realise there were so many different varieties of stickers.
Not being funny, where I used to work at the aquarium shop called International Tropicals.
Yeah.
They had 6 of those Motorwheel Stingrays, and they had black diamond stingrays as well.
Yeah, this place has got showing them.
£759 that black diamond was.
wow.
Yeah, my local shop's got some at the moment, and they're doing them at £800, so
Yeah.
they're quite expensive.
Yeah,
Now,
this
they're
one's
live
doing the
stickers,
mini ones for $550 for a mini marble.
Yeah,
I think you can buy one for $800, or the pair for like 12. No, I think it's about 1,000 or something. So
I think we all need to win the lottery, I think, and then we can all get some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're live bears too, aren't they?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, little pups, yeah.
Yeah. How many pups do they have? Just 1 or 2 at a time, or?
Well, they can have like 4, can't they, or 6?
I think
really?
it's 6. I think it's 6.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
six
it's
as well.
usually
And you
the
can-
highest number is about 6, but a lot of people have said whenever they have tried to do breeding stingrays, they usually get the 5. You don't get the full.
I think they're
the
quite
full
difficult
amount.
to spawn as well. They're not
Yeah.
the easiest.
No, they take a while to mature, don't they?
It's
And,
a specialist type of breeding project. You've got to go and, you know.
Hi, Cole.
It's definitely
Yeah.
a specialty.
We have Coral. Hello, Coral Works. Good to see you,
They're
my
easily
friend.
sexed, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because they have the claspers on the male.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more to do with if they don't kill each other as well. I think that's something to do with. I'm not 100%. I don't think they don't live together very easily. That's one of the issues.
No.
Oh, the
Yeah,
stingray?
like if you've got like the like with most of them, if you've got too many males in the tank and no female,
Yeah, I think
then the males will have a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
understand that
one male to 4 females is what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find it harder to get all the females carry a higher price tag with Stingray
Yeah,
because of
that's
that.
right, yeah.
Not many people want the males.
Yeah, we basically sold them at the same price. To be fair, we didn't really
Fair enough.
budge on price wise, but problem is when we got them in, we're a lot of overseas. They cost us so much money, and then obviously you had to then put your markup on top of that, and then you've got to take into account the shipping charge, the box charge, and everything like that, and then it just puts another like 0 onto the end of the price.
Imagine having some of those to breed and distribute.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
good.
Don't they
You
breed
never
every
know.
3 months? Once you get them going, you'll have a litter of pups every 3 months. You could have like 6 pups every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Just think, if I open up my own shop, I could probably get some stingrays in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
I think fish like that as well are difficult.
At
to
your
find.
home, even.
Yeah.
You can do that there, Arnold.
What's that?
Stingrays.
What in my house? You're having a laugh, aren't you?
Sure. Why not?
Kids, you're moving out already.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, pack your bags. You're going to grandma's.
Yeah, that's it. You're going to grandma's. Go on, bye. You
Well,
what?
you would,
You what, mate?
Oh Christ! Here we go. They're all talking now.
Yeah. That's it. You've started now.
Well done, Shane. Well done.
You'd have to
Yep.
build on a little place there. Build on a little room, you know, just to have a couple big tanks, and you could have a breeding tank and then a rearing tank.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, your kind of empty wall was just taken up with two 180s.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's bad enough now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad enough now, mate.
Kathy's still watching this too, so it might be getting me in trouble. I got room down here. I'm thinking about those stingrays now. I'm like,
That's what you should. That's what you should say when you go straight upstairs. You what? She'll go, "No, Jeff."
Yes, that's right.
Right away.
Yeah, but Jeff, you can get around that and be like, what's easier? Should I get some stingrays or should I get a pair of the L134 Bleckos?
Oh yeah, that would work too.
Because technically the 134s are cheaper.
Yeah.
Just tell her the Hillstream launches.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's not
Do
that big. I don't know what's going on. Like,
I'm getting
I
a little
bet
mini
them well.
Hillstream. You only get about this big.
Yeah.
Yep, she's watching this though. I'm gonna be.
You're
Yeah.
dead.
You're in trouble.
You're in the dugout.
All right, so let's go on to the next.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Berwin put. Oh yeah, that's right. I was playing Age of Empires online with some people in Australia when that happened. They said Steve Irwin just got killed, and I'm like, I was watching the Crocodile Hunter on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just joking, but no, he was actually. That was terrible. That was terrible. Get the insurance up to date. I take out a big policy on me, honey. You'll be taken care of for the rest of you.
What'd
I
you do
hope
in the small print? It said no stingray stings.
Oh yeah, I don't think it'll cover that, but we got next one. We're gonna go with Dave's Horizon Fish Keeping. This is his video, and we'll check out his 5. Here we go. Enjoy. I hope I press the button.
So these are my top 5 fish that I would keep in a 180-gallon tank. I've done my video a little bit different today. I'm going to do a bit of a montage just to show you what I do, just because we've got to keep the video so short, but I hope you enjoy it.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Much.
Very
Jealous.
all those fish, those are fish that you own, right?
The Oscars are mine. The Buzz Marnies I've got, but that's not actually my Buzz Marnies. I picked up at a video because mine they're still growing up a little, so they're a little bit smaller, similar coloured though. The green tiger barbs, I just thought because they look awesome. I've actually got them in this tank just behind me. In a big school, they look brilliant in a planted tank.
Yeah.
And the Congo Tetra, they're just beautiful out this. Again, in a big school, they'd look awesome in a planted tank. So that was my logic behind them.
Small-time tanks. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Good to see you. Well, that was great. And the discus, do you have the discus?
I don't have the discus now. That's just I think they're on the up and coming. I will be having them pretty soon, I think. I've seen some. I like the wild type.
Oh yeah,
the one with the black bars. I really like them. So
one of the lads local to me sent me this link, and they're selling discus that look like the wild type, but the tank bred, so they're easier to keep. but they look exactly the same. So that kind of tempted me.
I'm hoping to get a tank set up for them pretty soon, to be fair, but it's just sneaking the tank in the house, that's the issue.
See what I said? I've told her this is a tool shed. And then I said I'm going to buy some tools. And these are my tools.
Yeah.
Tools. Hang on, they're the tools of your trade, being
Exactly,
YouTube.
yeah.
In the YouTube trade.
There you go.
Yeah. She wonders why I sit in the shed talking to my phone on my own.
Probably get away with buying tools because I'm self-employed, so it'll work for me. That.
Put it through the business.
Yeah. Conference meeting.
Yeah.
Raz is saying, find me some discus. Now where are the Ultims?
Oh, yeah.
Ultims, yeah.
Well, you had discus on your, was it the 55-gallon tank, Arnold, or was that the 125?
125, I think.
125, yep. That was the last a week, 2 weeks ago. We do this every other week up to a certain point. I'm not sure where we're going to stop at. Maybe 1,000 gallons. Who knows? He has wild discus. Oh, he says here. You know, I've always been afraid to keep discus because I've always been told they're so fragile.
Yeah,
But
with the cost as well, they're really expensive in the UK.
Yeah.
One fish can be sort of £250. So I know you can get cheap ones, but the wild ones are quite expensive.
But I'm hearing from a lot of people here now that they're being bred in captivity, they're becoming a stronger and more hardy. That if you get them a wild caught, they're very fragile. But if you have them and they're breeding in tap water, and they're getting more accustomed to a little bit higher pH, that they will do a lot better. I know Vibes Aquatics. He has some, and I was talking to him about it, and I said I was always afraid to get discus. He says, yeah, a lot of people are, but says I've got them, and they're
one of my friends actually, he got somebody when he set up his tank, it was RO water, and he was sort of adding all the bits in. I've never actually done RO water before, so I'm not too qualified to talk about that. But he started off with RO water, and gradually, with water changes over 6 months, kept putting more and more tap water in.
Nice.
And that sort of acclimated him to our tap water, and eventually they were just RO, we're just using straight tap water to do water changes, and they seem to be fine. So he's had them a couple of years now.
Right. And you're
my discus, they're in a pH of 8 over in the aquarium shop.
Yeah.
So and they're doing absolutely fine. They cost me 50 quid each.
Wow.
So
it's worth it though. I mean, they're doing well enough. Who knows if they breed for you?
Well, we've got local to me. The shop by me imports them from it's either Thailand or Vietnam, and they're quite hardy, the ones they breed. So, well, I was looking at every time I go in, I look at the checkerboards and I think I need a pair of checkerboards. They look absolutely stunning.
Oh yeah, Paul's got some.
I've got pigeon blood.
Similar, aren't they?
I think it's just the initial outlay of money to set up the tank, because I think, have you got to put them all in at once? You can't add them later on. Is that a thing or not?
You can add them. You can start off with a group of 4, and then if you want to increase it to a group of 6, you can then add the next 2.
2 at a time, yeah. Because I didn't know if they sort of fight. If you put 4 in, then maybe put 1 more in, or.
No, I've always found if you have a big group and then you add 2 more into that group, I always turn the light off.
Yeah.
Before I add them, and then the funny thing is when you then switch the light back on, they're like, "Oh, where did you 2 come from?" And then they're all happy then.
Yeah, I sort of find that with the angelfish a bit. When I've done angelfish, you've sort of got to add them in 2s, or they tend, because if you put just a 1 in on its own, it'll tend to get attacked by the others a little bit.
Yeah, I found that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I just put everything up there. I'm sorry about Amen. Right. see here. We have been going well. Let's go ahead and finish up. I'll finish my get mine out of the way here, and then we will continue our conversation just to finish this one up. Okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to my top 5 fish for a 180-gallon aquarium. The fish you're going to see are fish that I have already kept, and so I thought I would include that as a unique feature of this presentation. Starting at number 5, we have the red tiger Oscar. These guys are really interesting fish, very personable. They get quite large, about 12 to 14 inches on average, and they have a huge appetite. Very beautiful fish. So my number 5, the red tiger Oscar. And coming in at number 4, we have the Midas cichlid, very closely related to the red devil. I used to call this a red devil, but it's the Midas cichlid. And it's probably one of the most aggressive yet interactive fish I've ever kept. Very entertaining. If you ever have a huge tank and want something that's going to be more like a dog than a fish, get this one. It won't disappoint you. And coming in at number 3, we have the smallest fish in our list. This is the Jack Dempsey. It gets to about 8 to 10 inches generally in aquariums. Very beautiful yet aggressive fish. The Jack Dempsey, named after the fighter. And if you get one, you'll know why. And coming in our number 2 spot is the redhead cichlid. This is the Viejas and Spillum. These are very beautiful fish. They tend to be a little on the aggressive side, not as bad as some of the others that we've had on the list, but they are fantastic fish, get quite large, 12 to 14 inches usually, and it has a special place in my heart as a very beautiful and big fish from my past. And coming in at our number 1 spot, the Tilapia budocophori, the zebra cichlid. Beautiful black and white coloration. This is an extremely aggressive fish, and it has to have very robust tank mates, otherwise they won't survive. My number 1 pick, the zebra cichlid. And as honorable mention, we have the green terror, the Andinocara rivulatus. Very beautiful fish. This fish deserves to be in one of these spots, so I had to put an honorable mention out for it. Very fun fish to keep, the green terror. And so for this top 5, I chose the biggest fish that I've kept in my career as a fish keeper. They are really spectacular specimens, these fish. Let me know in the comment section if you've kept any of these and what your thoughts are on them. And I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you very much. Yeah, something out of the norm for me nowadays. Those are the fish from my past. So that's where I was at in my heyday back in my 20s and 30s. Those are the types of fish I kept most of the time.
Nice.
They were cleaning the tank was always an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
They would draw blood if they got a hold of you.
Yeah, especially those Oscars.
Especially the red devil.
Always fun.
Red devil?
Yeah,
The red devil, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
My
master.
Big fish
My
last
Oscars are
channel.
pretty tame.
Yeah, I think first tropical tank we had was the red Oscar. We had a pair of them and almost, I would say, probably looking back at it now, it's probably just a common pleco in there with it. But yeah, the common pleco ended up being like that in there, and it was interesting to see just the 3 of them.
My Oscars are pretty tame unless you I feed it like lancefish, frozen ones.
Yeah.
And if they see the packet, then they'll sort of come for your hand. So you've got to be quick.
Shane, my wife is chastising me. She wants me to ask you, what are your top 5 that you would want to keep in a large tank?
So mine, I would go for more of still keeping within like the smaller kind of varieties. Obviously, tank that size, if I'm going to go planted, which the way I'm going at the moment, most of my tanks will be, I've got to have my angels. That'll be my number 1.
Yeah.
So then with that would probably be some mummy noses and just, you know, the usual kind of tank mates that you could put in with them, but still give you that contrast of color, which would in turn make the angels pop more, because they've got that kind of color variation behind them. So when you're looking at the tank sideways, you kind of get that double vision of the actual angelfish in themselves, because you've got that different color behind them. So yeah, that's what I would go with.
What you got?
That'd be a stunning tank. 180 gallon with, imagine the schooling behavior of the fish in an 8-foot tank with those rummy noses going back and forth. That would be incredible. That's what I mean, honestly, if I had a 180 gallon tank today, I mean, is that Reginald?
Yep.
Looks like she just has some chocolate cake.
Yep.
Oh,
And he's got his little baby. What he got?
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. Nice.
You have some chocolate cake?
No, that's with ice lolly.
Ice lolly.
I saw it. That definitely looked like cake to me.
Hello.
Which angels would I do? Oh,
No, you're having a fun day for your birthday party. That's wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I kept getting messages from my wife. I was like, she kept saying Shane with a question mark. Shane with a question mark. I was like,
which angels would you go for, Shane?
I'm trying to remember the name of them. Let's have a quick.
Altum.
Yeah, I like the Altums.
Manakapoo.
I just picked up 4 angelfish the other day.
Oh dear.
I've got Manakapoo. I want some real nanny, but I don't know where to put them. So
No.
You know, quite a lot of people within my other channel will probably think I'm going to go straight away with the koi style.
I like the koi ones. I've actually I picked up 2 last week, the koi style ones, and then I got another 2 with them, so I got 4 in total. But I think the other ones are. I'm not sure if they are Altums. They look very much like Altums, or the more common angels. Or the one behind Keith, actually, the one just there in the centre of his tank, very similar to that. Yeah.
That's just a zebra.
Is it silver with black bars?
Yeah, it's a zebra.
Yeah, 2 of them I got, and then 2 of the koi type.
Nice.
So I'm growing them up at the minute, hopefully to breed, but I'm not sure I'll.
That's a fish I've never kept angelfish yet, but I've been talking about getting them for the longest time, and I want to.
I've got like a big 120 gallon in the conservatory, and I've got 4 angels in there, female beta, loads of different varieties of corridores. So I'm just going to try and pair them off in there. It's heavily planted. I've got Vallisneria in and lily plants and all sorts of things. I'll probably show it on my channel at some point. I'm just letting it grow in a little bit because we've just moved house recently. So the tank's had to move with us. So a lot of the plants got sort of mangled up and stuff with the move. I tried saving as many as I could, but it looks a little bit rough, that tank at the minute. So I'll probably get a video up at some point.
We have Caleb Sherby's in the chat. Hey, Caleb, how you doing? Good to see you.
How you doing, mate?
I like those platinum pearl scale, and I also like the Dantum angels.
Dantums.
The Dantums, yeah. I've seen some albino Dantums. They're just beautiful.
I've got a pair of Smokies.
Yeah, that's on the ones I'm looking at here. On the ones that I'm looking at here, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. If I'm going to butcher.
Go on then.
The Manakapuru.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep, those are what Keith has, and I think Mel has those too.
Well, that's them as well, yeah. I bought 4 as a breeding project, thinking, well, I'll get 1 male and 1 female. I've got 4 males.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I bought 1 Plecos, and I got 4 females by the looks of it. Peppermint, 4 peppermint, bristle nose, and got 4 males. I don't know what's going on.
You seem to be getting batches of 4, so now you're going to have to go and get another 4 of each one, and hope, fingers crossed, that you get the opposites to what you have.
Go for 5. 5's the magic number.
5's the magic. See, everyone says get 6, don't they?
Yeah, they do say 6 usually. It's difficult when you buy them though, because they're always really young. It's like I've just got the super red Agassizi, and I thought I'd bought a trio, but because I bought them so young, I'm pretty much convinced they're all male at the minute, but I'm not 100%. Just have to see how they go.
With these, the common bristle nodes I bought from the shop, I went in and I picked 1 with bristles and 2 without. So I thought, well, I've got 1 male and 2 female.
Yeah.
There's 3 male. So I had to go back and buy another one, another female. Just not having much luck.
Caleb has a question for us on the panel.
Yes.
He wants to know what would be a good schooling fish for 75 gallon, possibly planted.
Rumminers.
Yeah, rummies. I would say rummies for that.
The best. Yeah. The best.
I tell you, something that's really hardy and real good schooling pattern. Zebra Daniels are hard to beat.
Yeah.
Well, what about the like the tiger barbs or the cherry barbs as well? They would possibly work. Because especially if you're going heavily planted, again, you'll get the thing with me. I like the colours of the fish to actually pop.
Yeah.
With what you have. So once you get that right light on them, just especially in the evening time, when you've got light on that dim mode, so you're not getting the glare, and you're just sitting back and watching, you'd get a nice, you get a good feel.
My favourite fish when we planted tanks, my rainbows though.
Yeah, I was going to say rainbows is probably the one I'd go for in that tank. Bozeman eye rainbows.
What about black phantom tetras or the red phantom tetras? They're nice.
Old school fish, them.
Yes. The stirping tetras.
I don't see many of them around this way.
Really?
Mm.
You know what's a stunning fish that you don't see much anymore is the glow light tetra.
I was like, I will send you a video later.
Yeah, the glow light.
Yeah, glow light tetras.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, I have kept the glow lights. They're pretty good in a. That was just kept in semi-planted.
Like a mid-water swimming fish should be. Any sort of mid-water fish should be.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Especially, that's what I like about them as well. Especially when you start going into the bigger tanks, when you got that mid-water.
Yeah.
And you've got your little, just 1 or 2 little bottom dwellers just to keep your substrate to clean and tidy. But then the main focus is the mid swimmers.
Yeah, maybe some panda cories and the rainbow fish I'd probably go with.
I went with all cichlids on my 5, but I just seen Chris here, and I was going to choose a fish that I wanted to keep in a big tank, like that would be the tinfoil barb.
Yeah.
Because they get about a foot long, give or take, maybe a little more, but they would be great in a big tank like that.
Yeah. Evening, Stubbsy. Get that moment to Emperor Tetras.
Yeah.
We've got some of them over at my LFS, and I'll tell you what, they are the most ugliest fish out there.
Are they?
Yeah.
The Congos are pretty nice because they get a big size. Don't they?
But no, them Emperor Tetras, they can keep them. I'm not having
So how do you really feel about those, though, Arnold?
It's the same way as Adam thinks about a washing machine.
Oh yeah.
Bloody hate it.
Can I tell you a secret? Don't tell anyone. I've never been a fan of tetras. Like, they've never done nothing for me, apart from the rummy nose.
Mini piranhas.
So yeah, Chris has asked a question there as well, Jeff. Are you talking about the old tetras that we used to call the headlight tetras? I think she's referring to the glows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are different. There's still a different species called the head and tail light tetra.
Oh, lampi,
Oh.
is it? Lampi tetra.
There's lampi. There's also a head
Yeah.
and tail light. They have the eyes lit up, and then they have a spot on their tail, head and tail light. That's a different species, but the glow light tetra has a thin orange line going all the way through its body, and it's like
Yeah, that's because they've got like the females, if I get this right, have got the slight curve at the front, and then the straight line, where the males have just got the straight line straight from the top of the gill straight down their backs, if I remember right, when it comes to sexing them. Well, pretty much with all tetras, from what I've kind of worked out.
Okay. Yeah, the head and tail light's another one too. The head and tail lights get a little bit they're a little bit deeper bodied. They're more of a, like the glow light's more of like a torpedo shape. These are a little bit more like a black skirt, but not quite. They're like a cross in between the two of them. They're just a little bit more height from the stomach to the back.
Yep.
But they're beautiful fish though. But there's a lot of I mean, I could have chose. The thing with these, what I like about these top 5 videos is that, you know, I could honestly, if I wanted to take about a few minutes, I could come up with so many different top 5s for each one of these tanks that we're doing. I mean,
well, I reckon if you were to turn around and put a comment in chat or a community post, go, right, I'm going to call everyone out. If you want to take part, you know, going back to having the channel email.
Yeah.
You could have 20 people do it, and pretty much every single video would probably be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's preference, personal preference.
Yeah.
So.
I got to get a separate email worked out for that, so I can do that. And then, you know, because like I said, we talked a few weeks ago, didn't we, Arnold, about having anybody out who didn't want to come up on the panel, if they wanted to just send us the video and we could play it for them on there like we do ours. You know, we'd say this is from such and such a person, you know, and put their top 5 pick out. Like even, you know, like Chris Stubbs, if he didn't want to come up on the panel and have because he was on the one for the was it 55 gallon we did?
Yeah.
But he could also, you know, if he wanted to put together a video for us to play, we could even do that.
Hi, Magnus.
Hello, Magnus. How are we doing? How's Sweden? How's the weather?
So yeah, I think he's referring to his 96 litre, where we can get away with putting a rainbow shark in there.
Which one do you want?
Not.
Oh yeah, rainbow shark.
Which one do you want?
Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on which one he wants, because you can get the smaller variety, or you can get the ones that will definitely outgrow that tank. And before I know it, I've got a rainbow shark in the 40 gallon.
You should be all right with an albino rainbow. You should be all right with one of them. That would probably be like.
Will they fight with one another if you get more like?
Yeah, you can't have too many. You can't have multiple rainbows.
Oh, okay. Same with the black red tail shark. The black red tail shark is the same way.
Yeah, they're all the same. But go with the albino rainbow, because they're the most friendliest ones at the 3 types anyway.
He reckons pairing them with tiger barbs.
How's your red tail doing?
It's possible.
How's your red tail black shark doing?
Let's just say he's not very aggressive anymore because he's in with the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
Let's put it that way. And he's with the Oscars and Dubai.
Ooh yeah, he's not gonna push his way around.
Yeah.
I've got no chance there.
No. I'll tell you what, since the Dubai has laid a load of eggs, I put my hand in there and, you know, I almost thought I'd lost one of my fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. She's a nasty piece of work.
How long have the eggs been in?
Probably like 3-4 days now.
They should be hatching any time. If they're going to hatch, they should be hatching very soon.
Yeah, I don't think they are going to hatch.
Well, you never know. I mean, if they're not turned white, there's a good possibility that they're still viable.
Well, I hope not.
You got the jaguar in there, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's going to be a mixture, isn't it?
Yeah. Because they can definitely be in a parachroma species. It can definitely fertilize those eggs.
Yeah, enough of that talk, Jeff. They might hear you.
You got a ton of blue cars. You might as well have a ton of those too, right?
Jeff, be quiet. God.
Yeah, we could always sort out the blue Acaros though if they ever need thinning out.
I know there's so many of them in there now. It's crazy.
That's what it was me with my convict cichlids. I had so many of them, hundreds and hundreds of them. That's when I had my red tiger Oscars, and yeah, so I just stopped. I stopped. Pretty much took the females out, got the males in there by themselves. So
I fancy some of them blue acaras. Nice fish.
Well, I've got plenty.
I might have to get a pair of them to breed, I think.
that'd probably be a possibility.
Yeah.
You're talking to the right person up there in the upper left-hand corner. He's got a lot of them.
I've got Crebensis. I've got loads of them. I've got Odessa barbs. I've got Acaras, and I've got loads of better fish.
Odessa barbs. That's one I was looking for a little while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got loads of koi, half moon crossed for cat betters, half moon bicolor crossed for cats. Yeah, I've got loads.
Good to know.
Let's see your Dovi.
Chris Stubbs, Stubbs Aquatics. He has some fantastic Odessa barbs.
I was looking at Shabunkins. His Shabunkins is stunning.
Oh yeah.
Stubbsy.
You don't think
it was
of this,
that's where I saw it. So this is.
but I call them Stubunkins.
Shabunkins.
The pumpkins, yeah.
Yeah. Where's he from?
He's from Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
He's north of me, even. I'm in Michigan, and he's north. Is it Ontario, Canada that you're at, Chris? I'm pretty sure it's Ontario, I believe. Or is it Toronto? I know it's not Toronto.
I think it is Ontario, Canada, I think.
Ontario, yeah. I've been to Ontario about 4 times in my life.
I've just got a song. I've just got a song in my head. I'm not gonna start singing because you get copyright.
Yeah.
I was checking out his channel the other day. I was into goldfish for so long, so to see someone showing the goldfish a bit of love was brilliant.
Mm.
Would you be interested in showing your Dovi? Is that possible? Brad's asking to see it.
I would, but I'd probably wreck the system, so I don't really want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What we'll do, maybe next week we'll do. We'll be like our
Show and tell.
We'll do a tour next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be down. I'll be down with that.
Yeah. we do the top 5 every other week, and then in the
Well, I'll have to
week,
get some more plants from my tank downstairs then.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to.
Jeff's going full out. Jeff's going full out on this the next week's show then.
Yep, sounds good.
Why not? Oh, well, Mandy is in chat.
Hello, Mandy. Welcome. Good to see you. I'd like to have a tour of. I'm sure I'll get back on the channel again, Dave. We can have a tour of your fish room if you.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to do a tour. Yeah, that'd be great.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah. No problem.
That would be fantastic.
I just have to figure out. Do you use your phone? Like, do you come off the computer?
Yeah, I just take my phone off, and then I just.
Because I'm on the laptop here, but I'll be able to.
Yeah, but what you can do if you're on the laptop, you can mute your microphone on the laptop or on the PC, and then go join
with your
phone app.
Yeah. I can do that. That's great. Yeah.
And use it as a secondary.
I'm new to the live streaming thing, so it's.
Yeah, you can use it as a secondary cam.
Yeah, do that. Then I'll walk around with that. No problem.
Yeah, you'll be live streaming on your channel soon, Dave. And
I'll show you all the rainbows then that I've got.
I was going to say, you don't come across as the person like at the beginning of the stream when we were talking before the stream. you're like really nervous and everything. It like sounds like you've been doing live streams like forever.
I'm quite confident. Obviously, like I said before, I'm self-employed, so I work on building sites with loads of lads. So you've got to have a bit of something about you.
You got a bit of banter.
Yeah. So I was quite nervous because I've never done it before, and like I said before in the beginning of the live stream, it's different to seeing the people when you're making the videos. You just sort of put them out there, people watch them. You don't know, you're not sort of seeing the people that you're speaking to. But I'm quite comfortable speaking in general to people.
You know, you're amongst some fantastic people here. That's some really great.
Yeah. It's easier as well because we've got common interests.
Yes,
that makes it a lot easier. And I'm quite new to the hobby as well, so listening to you guys, it's nice to get your take on things and see what you guys are up to, really.
To be fair, like I keep saying on the lives, I prefer doing the live stream now because you got the people in the chat there and they're watching live.
I think it was the anticipation of doing the live stream that sort of.
Yeah, you think everyone's going to terrorise you in the chat, don't you?
And it's like when I've been like messaging Arnold over and over again. I bet he's sick of seeing my name pop up on his emails, and I've been like,
not at all, mate.
I didn't think I'd be able to connect to it, and then I thought like I've got my lights set up here and stuff, and I thought something's going to go wrong, the sound's going to be off, but it's gone quite well, and I've enjoyed it, to be honest. I'd like to be on the panel again, definitely. It's
absolutely.
Nice to be part of it, and thanks to Jeff and Arnold for inviting us on. It's been great.
Hey, if you're available next week, we'll just go ahead and send you the link. How does that sound?
Cool. Yeah, I'm good for that.
Well. Yes. So we have a question here, Shane. Do you want to brew in 20 minutes?
Yep, and here was my reply to him as well.
Well, does the bear know? Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh dear.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Nice. I tell you what, guys, this has been a really fun stream. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. Can I just say, guys, before we my Facebook group, Glenn's sponsored a competition on my Facebook group for people to have a go at. I wanted to mention it in the live chat, so like the guys in the chat can go and have a go, because he's offered a prize, I think, in the competition. So I wanted everyone who takes part to have a go, rather than just random people on Facebook winning it. Someone could share my group in the chat. That'd be brilliant.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll have to get on that because I don't do Facebook.
I go on there. I don't do a lot on Facebook, really. I go on there every so often, but I mostly just use the Messenger for the.
To be fair, I mostly use my page now, my group, rather than. I don't use my personal Facebook.
Yeah, I just use it for marketplace. See if there's any tanks for sale. That's the only reason I use it.
Yeah, it'd be good though as well. Sometimes you can find ones if you're lucky enough in your area where they're like, "Oh, I just need this tank setup gone." You're like,
yeah. Well, I found a guy that were moving house a little while ago, and I found, is it a terrarium, or I've just set it up recently. I've got it sort of set up. But he was selling like the terrarium, the stand, a fluval filter, and he only wanted like £100 for it. And it was quite local, so I picked it up. And within like 4 days, I had 2 mini musk turtles in there. So now I've got that set up as well. So that's sort of moving with the hobby a little bit. But yeah, there's always some on there to buy.
Yeah, some of them terrariums look really nice when they're set up.
It's like
when you've got them quite nice, the half build.
Yeah, it's like the lower bottom, then it sort of goes up at the back. So I haven't planted it or anything yet, but I will be doing some little plants. I've heard they can chew them up quite bad as long as you stay away from like sort of like Lindophilia or like that. Use Anubias and thicker leaf plants, the swords and things like that.
Yeah, more like the rhizome style plants.
Yeah. So they don't chew them up as much. And I'm gonna have them like semi-submerged as well, so like the rhizome are in the water and the leaves are coming out a little.
I remember earlier in the chat, Jimmy P was in, and he was doing a polydarium where it would have the land,
Cheers.
and then you have the water,
Yeah,
and he was
like I've got the peace lilies coming out of this tank. I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but that's quite heavily planted. I've got like 15 different crypts in there and all sorts of stuff growing in that tank. But I've had this set for about 2 years. I actually moved the whole tank with the plants. I just sort of had that much water in it and just lifted it with all the plants still set up in there, and I managed to keep that one going pretty good. So
Did the crypts melt when you moved?
a little bit, yeah, because I changed these lights. My partner actually got me a couple of weeks ago because one of my aquarium lights broke, so I wanted the pendant style ones. So when I got them on, the crypt started to go a bit sort of melty on me, but they seem to be coming back a little now. I've just got the basic ones in there, like is it Willisii or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I've got sort of
I want some more crypts. Absolutely love crypts.
Yeah, they're good.
Thank you, Raz, for being in here. It's good to see you, my friend.
I don't think I've actually got any cribs in my tank. I might have to look at getting some.
They're good because they're sort of like chainsaw, don't they? And
I'd love to have you on the live stream also,
everywhere.
Raz, if you'd like to. Well, I'll get back with you on that.
Okay. That pink flamingo crypt, something else.
Yeah, I've been after some of that actually, because it's very green, this tank. The only red I had in there was like a lily. I've moved the lily to the bigger tank because it just got so tall. This is quite shallow.
Do you know what? I'm probably every plant you mention, I'll probably say, yeah, I love that plant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just love your plants.
Yeah, I actually started out not with just rocks originally, and then I got like a few plants, like crypts and things, and when they started spreading, so I got some like hairgrass and whatever in there, and I started liking the green. So I mean, there must be about 50 different plants in this tank here.
Wow.
But they're just sort of crammed in. But I've done it. I bought them all from Tropica, so you get like the front and the middle and the back ones. So I've got it like stepped up. I'll show you next week anyway. If you come on the stream, I'll get closer so you can have a look. And I'll show you the bigger tank as well because that's really heavily planted.
Now that's the company that Jack works with, Tropica. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah, JT gets those. He gets some buys them wholesale, I think, and then he sells them.
Yeah. I get Tropica ones because there's I get a lot of like the tissue cultures because there's no snails and things in. I mean, in my fish room, I don't have many plants in there because it's just easy to catch the fish out. But the house tanks, they're all planted. We've got 3 better tanks in here, the 150, and then this is just like 120 litres, so like a 35 gallon, something like that. So all the ones in the fish room
don't have many plants in them because if I go try to catch my fish out of, tear the plants up, just trying to get them.
I find it easier. I find it easier with the plants like this one here. I probably haven't water changed it for about 4 weeks or so. And you can test the water quality in there, and it's better than the tanks in the fish room that I change like every 3 days.
Yeah.
Because the water just seems to stay more pure, with the plants. I mean, I don't have any aeration on there. I've just got a small sponge filter in there, which is really low because I've got CO2 on that as well, and CO2 in my big tank in the.
You're running CO2. What type of CO2 are you running? You running on the bottle or?
That one's just on. It's the Tropica Bio one. I've actually just recently started using it, but I used to make my own CO2, with a DIY system.
Oh, with the yeast, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that originally, but these ones run off a similar sort of system. The yeast, like when you change it, you can smell like alcohol. So it's basically brewing alcohol in the bottle. But the Tropica Bio system that I've got in there, it's absolutely perfect for that tank because it doesn't overgas it.
Oh right, yeah.
Whereas the gas canisters ones do because it's such a small tank.
Yeah, well, I've got a CO2 arts set up on my tank. Like every plant I put in the tank just flies as soon as I put it in.
Oh yeah,
this one. I've got the 3.0, the plant light. I'm dosing with TNC complete and then hammering it with CO2. So anything I put in the tank just turns into the Hulk in a week.
Yeah, I do like leaf zone and CO2 booster on these tanks with the liquid. I absolutely bomb it in there and I never get algae in there. And then I've got the CO2 on both of them as well. And I've got the Aqua Sky on that tank and then just the pendant lights on these.
How do you find the Aqua Sky?
It's all right. It's a bit dim for that tank, I must admit.
Well, the plants, the fluval plants 2.0 was brighter than the 3.0 is.
Yeah.
So I don't get that. But
well, the aqua sky that I've got on my big tank is because the tubes went, and then the ballast blew. So the aqua sky's got the adapters for that tank. So I just put the aqua sky in where the old tubes used to be. So it does all right. I don't think it's bright enough when the plants are small. The light doesn't seem to strike that far through the water. So it goes really slow until they get to about 8 inch, and then they just fly then to the top.
what I tend to do with like the stems is I'll let them float on the top, in the bright light, until they get enough, and then I'll plant them, because otherwise I find they just sit there and they do not until they get about halfway up the tank, and then they explode.
I've got some.
We have a question from the chat here. We have Sweet Acre Coyce asking, I put a creeping Jenny in my aquarium. It's growing vertically, not horizontally. Can you snip it without killing it?
Creeping Jenny, is that pennywort?
Creeping Jenny, I'm not sure. I'm not a plant guy, really.
Penny moneywort or something. I can't. It's not my head.
Creeping Jenny, is that typically isn't that basically a plant that's grown immersed most of the time, or?
Yeah, you can keep it in your garden, I think. Creeping Jenny.
Yeah, you can keep it in the garden.
I thought, I'm sure it's a garden plant. You can plant your fish. I'm sure it's moneywort or pennywort or something along them lines. In fact, I think I've got it in this tank. It doesn't do nothing in my tank. It doesn't grow, or it just sits there.
Yeah, it's moneywort. Is the other way of knowing about it. Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's the same as creeping Jenny. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is it a hydrocotyle, is it?
It's not a hygrophila. It's
No, hydrocotyle.
Oh,
no, it's not.
It's just got here saying about a primulace, which is common name. Blah blah blah. Moneywort, keeping Jenny. Herb 2 pence or 2 penny grass is another name for it.
Yeah. So it's a type of hydrocotyle.
It looks very similar. It looks very similar to hydrocotyle.
Yeah.
Creeping Jenny is a terrestrial plant that will grow underwater. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what you could possibly do then, if it's growing vertically, you could technically snip it and then take your cutting and move it down so that you can kind of make it grow vertically.
Well, when I had the hydrocotyle tripartita, the hydrocotyle Japan, the small one, I got the stems, and sort of where the roots are coming out was I just planted each bit of the stem, and then it spread.
Like a creeping plant out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you start getting like the little white roots coming out the sides underneath the leaves, you can kind of bend it over and put like a little pin or something down, and then them side roots just take hold on the bottom. Once you've got them to take hold, then it will just grow up, still grow up vertically, but you've got that line.
Yeah, you can get a little mesh, and twine it through, let them down. That'll grow horizontally then.
Yeah, just like an additional little weight that you kind of almost wrap through it, and then that just gives it its bend to hold it there whilst the roots are taking shape and form.
See, a lot of these plants we recommend to trim them, don't they, to keep them trimmed, and then they'll spread.
Yeah. So do you need CO2 for the pink flamingo?
I think it's more highlight. But saying that, it's 6 of 1 off because the more light you use, the more CO2 you need. So
thank you, Dean. Have a good evening, mate.
That's mate. Yeah, wouldn't it really? Everything about it logically.
Oh, you know what? Let's just bang it and have a go.
I think if you've got when the CO2 is going, you need a lot higher light.
Yeah,
and you need more fertilizer then as well to keep them going. So you just need to, bomb it or not, really.
Yeah.
Okay. And good evening, Dean.
I'm tempted to have a go at CO2 on one of my dirted tanks, to be honest.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Do you have many issues with the dirt tanks, or it's not something I've done before? I've seen people do it, obviously.
I don't. But I think I've dialed it into how I feed my fish and how I keep my fish. You know what I mean? Over the years, so. But I find they fly for 12 months and then they slow down. They still go, but they just. Because for the first 12 months, it's releasing all the nutrients, all the CO2 comes out the bacteria in the soil, and they absolutely fly. But they slow down a bit after that. But
do you just use like a root tab after then?
I don't because it should have a high CEC, the soil, so it should absorb nutrients. So you can dose CO2 and ferts in them. It's basically just like using an aqua soil because it's just a reservoir of micronutrients, isn't it? So
yeah, you're getting all the nutrients from the dirt. Then I mean, I use like the root tabs, but I find I don't need the liquid fertilizer as much as the root tabs with most plants. Unless it's sort of like a Liliopsis, no, not Liliopsis. Yeah, Siciliflora, is it? That really likes the liquid. But the stuff like the sword plants and the Vallisneria really like. If I put sort of root tabs into them for the next 6 weeks or so, they'll jump up in size.
Yeah.
Here's another question in the chat. Dean's asking, do barbs eat the plant roots? I have no idea. I've never. The only barbs I have are cherry barbs at the moment.
I keep plants, I don't keep barbs. So
I've got
Can't tell you.
Green tiger barbs I've got in this tank, and they're fine. I think I've got about 10 in there. It does seem to eat plants.
Oh, they do?
But, I've got the deckers and that. They're all right as well.
Well, I just ordered a pink flamingo crypt.
Oh, nice.
Good lad.
It'll be here in 3 days.
Barbs do eat rosy barbs will eat the roots and plants.
Where did you order it from?
Flea Bay, $4.99.
$4.99.
K2 maybe.
Is that K2 Aqua?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
they're really good. K2 Aqua.
That's cheap. Our pink flamingos here, you're talking $20 for one of those.
Ooh. Wow,
they're expensive over here. I know that Tara, she farms them out in her tanks. She's been propagating them and regrowing them and stuff, and so she's.
I know exactly what he's thinking, and I'll be getting free plants.
Yeah. Right.
Hi, Marie.
Because they want me to go and sell it up, so I've got to put some kind of fee on.
Yeah.
I'll have a small bunch of plants to go in mine, please. How about that?
Plug for K2 Aqua in the live stream as well, then they always money for that.
Yeah.
Built on the 3 plants.
That'll be good.
Put out a great video on her yellow shrimp and her tank. She just had a video out yesterday. Did you see that one, Arnold?
I haven't, no.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. You can. It's really great.
Is there any other shrimp keepers in the UK?
Oh, Glenn. You know Glenn.
Yeah, he does the posh shrimp, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does the Caradina mostly, doesn't he? The Caradina shrimp.
Yeah, I think he's living in Champagne or something, like whatever he does, it's that expensive, so.
Feeding them on that caviar.
Yeah, like my shrimp just eat pleco poop and nettles.
Yeah, I've just got the cherries, and I've got no experience in shrimp at all.
More have I.
Just the Neos, I have the experience. I have some experience with those, but other than that, I've never had the Caradina. But anyway, gentlemen, we've been going for over 2 hours, which I think is fantastic, and I've enjoyed it. But I do need to go up and cook dinner for my wife.
Yeah.
So probably I should wrap it up here, if that's okay, and then we can all get back again next week if that's okay with you guys.
That's great.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant if we could do that. So thank you all very much.
I'm gonna have to go and buy a pink flamingo now.
Yep. Arnold made that beautiful. He made a fantastic thumbnail for this live stream. It was brilliant. I loved it. Good work, you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Keith. And Arnold, as always, thank you, and everybody out in the chat. Thank you so very much.
Thanks for having us.
Remember,
Thanks for listening to me.
I'll be going to feed my family, but they also have to feed your addiction. Because it has to eat too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be feeding my pink flamingo. So.
feed your pink flamingo too.
Bit of a tongue twister that on a live stream, isn't it? Actually,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And thank you to all the moderators, and I think I'm going to make you my chief moderator, managing moderator, Red, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll do that after the stream.
I can care. He does a fantastic job, doesn't he, God?
Mm-hmm. Nope. Camera's gone because he's probably gone to studio.
Oh, he's been off.
Rigor mortis is setting in.
What are we going to do without the gaffer?
Mayhem. Right.
Jeff.
Predictor Ryan.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, no. Jeff's not there to sign out.
The mafia now came in to have a secret meeting with him.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry about that. My wife called me on the phone and it knocked me out of the stream, guys.
Don't say nothing, guys. Fuck.
If you guys want to continue on, you're more than welcome to, and I'll just go ahead and take care of what I need to do. It's up to you guys.
You know what time it is in the UK now, Jeff?
Yeah.
It's right now. It is here. It's 5:47 p.m. So it's 10:47 for you guys, right?
Yeah. 11.
I was up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Ooh, you're ready. You're ready to call it. You're ready to call it as well. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just meet back here next week then, and we'll.
Yep.
And also, you guys, if you want to think of a special topic, by all means, if you think of something and you want to talk about it, we'll do it. So.
Yeah, and that goes to the chat as well, doesn't it? Like, we're up for ideas in the chat if you want to talk about anything.
You have to put out a community post asking if there's any certain species or anything like that people want to be spoke about.
Oh, we'll do that. I'll do that after the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then it gives people plenty of time to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Melvin's going to be in the building later tonight too. He says here he'll be streaming later. And also,
Melvin, if I'm awake, I will come and join.
Yeah,
I will be there in chat if I'm alive.
And don't forget
if I'm in the land in a nod.
Oh, we've got a topic. We've got a topic here from Jimmy.
Oh, topic.
Why Jimmy P is the sexiest man alive?
It must be the Stan Lee effect.
I thought I was.
Dun dun dun.
I've been lied to.
Thank you.
Gil saying, talk about why Aussie fish keepers are the most handsome. Well,
yes.
I thought it was the Brits.
I think we're going to have to end it there before it starts a little debate going on. And that.
Yeah, we're not starting a debate when we're trying to end.
We need a poll on this. I'm not having that.
No.
And Melvin, don't forget, Melvin, tomorrow when the fish arrive, when the fish arrive tomorrow, be sure to let me know, okay? I sent Melvin a box of fish. I shipped them out yesterday, and they're supposed to arrive on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they get there in good shape. I'm very to see how the post office treated them. I didn't put any live fish stickers on it, so hopefully they won't play football with it. So we'll see how they are. I sent them some fire mouths. I sent them a albino bristlenose. I sent them a trio of blue star endlers and I think a trio or a pair of the black mollies. So
tomorrow they're saying he'll be doing a live unboxing.
He might be. I'm not sure.
No, he's literally just put it in chat.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow I will be doing an unboxing live stream. Oh, wow. Nice. Just make sure they're alive before. No, I'm just kidding. They should be fine. They should be fine. I've never had any issues except for, like I said, that one instance where the bag got popped because they were rough with the box, overly rough. So it should be fine. Oh, and Marisa, she wants to see that. Okay, nice. I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be looking forward to that live stream. And thank you, Jimmy, on there. And you know what? I got to get a hold of you. I'd like to have you up in the panel here sometime if you like. If you have the time and if you're up to it, if you're feeling up to it, let me know, and that'll be fun. So, gentlemen, as always, thank you so very much, Shane. And
Always a pleasure.
Keith, Dave, and Arnold, my good mate Arnold. I tell you what, I want to say to everybody right now that Arnold has been a huge help to me in this live stream, and he is a legend. He is a legend.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. And on top of that, he's got a fantastic family over there that we all love so much. So you have a good evening. Yes, all and everybody. So you guys take care, and I will see you all next week. Okay.
Yep.
Take care, everybody.
See you later.
Thanks a lot,
Enjoy
guys.
the rest of your week.
See you later.
You too. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.